The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down this beaten path, and I keep.
Okay, it's June 4th. I'm packing up right now. I'm going to be leaving Mount Pisgah pretty soon. It was a good night. I had a pretty restful night. I woke up at about 4:30 in the morning to the sound of thunder back off to the southwest. It hadn't anything developed from that, but it's overcast today, and I understand there are some gigantic storms down in southeast Nebraska, northwest Missouri that are coming this way, and so I'm probably going to get rained on again today. Got a couple options today. I'm going to try to make it to Orient, and there's a little Orient Lake recreation area. Orient was one of the places the Mormons stopped on the trail. And so I'm going to try to make it to there. If I don't, I'm probably going to make it to Green Valley State Park, which has got a big lake and a bunch of campgrounds. And it's a little closer. It'd shave 5 or 6 miles off. I'm having a bit of a problem in that I think I've damaged my right boot, which is why my right boot is causing why I'm having so many right foot problems. I want to say a little about boots. I did a video on I'm bringing this boot. And at the last minute, I swapped and brought my Vosks. Now, the problem with that is the Vosks were already 2-year-old boots, and they a lot of tread left on them. But I think I'd kind of compressed a lot of the cush out of them and stuff, and so they're kind of eating on my feet right now. And they absolutely are not waterproof, good old desert boots and stuff. But I'm wishing I had the Sportivas right now. Oh, I'm so wishing I had those Sportivas. Because while they are a lighter weight boot and everything, I think just being new and having all the cushiness in them and stuff like that would be helping my feet out a lot. But here and there, this is the decision I made. I may try to see if I can scrounge up anybody that knows somebody that can just haul me into Council Bluff or Omaha, let me hit a Red Wing store and let me buy a brand new pair of Vosks and stuff, so I can just get some decent treads under me or something. So anyway, I have several more thoughts, but I didn't dig one out of the backpack and stuff. So I'm going to dedicate this day of hiking to my mother and hope that, she sees this and knows I love her and miss her and everything. And hope she's taking care of my cat. Okay, so there's been a bit of a change of plans for today. And I'm still at Mount Pisgah State Park, Mormon Park, and I feel I've damaged my right boot, and so I had a friend that lives in Iowa offer some help, and I contacted her, and she's contacted somebody, and they're going to pick me up tomorrow and take me to Des Moines so I can go to an REI and fix the boot problem. And I figured it'd be better to fix the boot problem now than it would be to damage my feet and be put way behind on damaged feet. And, I want to say something about backpacking and feet. Your feet are your most precious thing when you're backpacking. I see people show up to camp and kick their shoes off and run around barefoot. You only have to step on one little piece of glass or something like that and you have ruined your trip. And so I never run around barefoot while I'm backpacking. It's just I don't run around barefoot much anyway, but that's how you end up cutting your foot or causing a deep tissue bruise or something by stepping on some rock or something wrong. But so this is giving me an opportunity to walk around this morning with the macro lens and take some pictures of some flowers and different stuff like that, which I've been kind of skipping over doing. And I got down here to this obelisk, and I'm sitting here at the little garden by the obelisk, and I was looking at some of the names on there, and you know, I recognize a lot of these names as church member names. Like I'm wondering, I go to church with some Workmans, and I'm wondering if they happen to be related to the Nancy and Samuel Workman that are interred here. I noticed, though, that, you know, it's not just the common people. There were a couple of bishops. It says Elder Lorenzo Snow's daughter was interred here. I also go to church with a Billingsley, and they've been church members a long time, from multiple generations. And I'm just wondering, you know, here's a Margaret Josephine Billingsley, and there's another Billingsley around on the other side of this, Joseph Smith Billingsley. And, you know, these are people I know in Odessa, and I'm just wondering if they're related to people that are interred here in Iowa along the trail. It's kind of poignant, you know, just to sit down here in amongst. Oh, yesterday's video, I called these mulberry trees. I think I was being homesick. I meant walnut trees, but they're not walnut trees. I think they're shagbark hickories, and they're kind of a weird tree. They got great big leaves in the leaflet parts of them, and the bark is like in strips, which is I think why they're called shagbark. And they have little walnut-looking nuts that they appear to have dropped on the ground. So far, let's see. I didn't get a picture at all, hardly, of him. But there was a badger came through camp. I've never seen a badger before yesterday. That was my first badger. And, you know, he looked like he was going someplace with a purpose, so I left him alone. That and the fact that I've heard that they're pretty mean beasts. And so, let him go. It's, you know, so verdant here. Everything is just so green, and the birds, there's evidently the little yellow or orange, pardon my colorblindness, and black bird called the Baltimore Oriole that hangs out here. Gorgeous little bird. I don't have a big enough lens to take pictures of birds and stuff, but beautiful little thing. And there's some blue jays came up this morning and got on the table and watched me eat. And I don't know, I tossed them a little bit of whatever it was I was eating, and I'm going to say whatever I was eating because I was eating quinoa with grapes and nuts in it, and so, you know, breakfast. But I'm going to relax here for a day, try to probably do some hiking around the area, go down and look at the Great River and some stuff like this, and take some pictures, and tomorrow get hauled into DesMoines so I can get replacement boots. And you know, it's a setback. It wasn't something I had planned, but I am going for the pioneer experience, and I'm pretty sure most of what happened to them was not planned. That, you know, one of the things when God's in charge, you just kind of have, you know, you go with whatever happens, and I'm trying to let that happen. I don't know how good a job I'm doing, you know. Mr. Science Guy, I keep wanting to go up here and go, wow, science this and science that and everything, but it's, you know, it is what it is. By the way, you know, I'll say something about that. Everybody's like always asking me, how can you be a religious person and have all of this mythology and stuff if you're a science person? And I can tell you, the two are not incompatible. uh, you know, there's a lot of things like that just they blow my mind, about science. And you can learn all the scientific facts you want to, but when it gets down to it, there's some pretty strange stuff. And you're sitting there looking at it going, okay, I get the least actions theorem and stuff like that. And, the least action theorem is cool and all this, but does that really make everything make sense, And it doesn't clear up anything for me to know that there's a least action theorem. To me, it even points more toward divine intervention. And, God set up a set of rules to run the universe, and they're running on it. And in some ways, they're just so contrived, the rules are, that it's just, how would something like that happen just by itself? And so I'm going to keep this video, it's already 7.5 minutes long, so I'm trying to see if I can keep the videos down to 4 or 5 minutes, which is what I said I was going to do, and I have been miserable at doing that. There's just so much interesting stuff. I'm trying not to do videos of me, wheezing and huffing down the highway going, yeah, and I'm just about to hit this town, and I'm just about to hit this town. I've done some of that, but that's usually it's because I want to talk about something I'm seeing while I'm doing it. And, I've watched the videos on YouTube, which, you're like, there's 15 minutes of my life I'll never get back. And, because it's just somebody, wheeze, 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 wheeze. I'm going to rest right here. I'm resting. And we're fixing to move on. Wheeze, wheeze, wheeze. And that was our day. We made 40 miles today. Wheezing the entire way. And it's like, but I do want to tell the story of this trail. And, it's a story of America, too, the whole migration west, the manifest destiny, or as I saw on somebody's t-shirt, they had a wagon flipped upside down and had a guy laying on the ground with X's on his eyes, and it said manifest dysentery. I thought, okay, I get the point. That's probably an Oregon Trail reference. And, I'm trying not to earn my Oregon Trail t-shirt the real way. And anyway, this is neat, and I'll let y'all know what life is like with new boots.